Candlelight was flickering up ahead, revealing a floor of polished black granite, rippled with streaks of red. An unlit chandelier hung lopsidedly from a high ceiling, quivering alarmingly with every gust of breeze that passed through the building. Glimpsed dimly in the gloom, a grand staircase wound upwards, its copper balustrade dull and tarnished. Everywhere candles flickered in empty tin cans. A mournful gramophone record played from somewhere deep inside the dark and cavernous building. A bedraggled throng of children appeared one by one from the shadows, silently approaching and crowding around Marius. A bespectacled boy, one of his lenses cracked, pushed his way forward, a fringe of black hair hanging low over his eyes.
"Who is he?"
"My name is Marius. Who are you?"
"I am Cosmo," said the boy.
"We found him wandering on his own through death's doorstep," said Jürgen. Marius observed his captor with interest. The boy was at least 2 years older than he was, with a long face and a flop of light brown hair parted in the centre. Attached at his belt was an odd collection of keys, bottle openers, and other assorted implements. A small grappling hook hung down as low as his knees.
"Don't you know how dangerous it is to walk on your own at night?" said Cosmo. "You could have been snatched off the street, and then where would you be? Not here, that's for certain."
Marius could not understand why anybody would want to snatch him, but he thought it safest not to ask awkward questions. The cat from the street made its appearance again, purring quietly as it rubbed its back against Marius's legs. The boy reached down to stroke the creature.
"That's Bag of Bones,"
said a tall girl with wavy brown hair and a freckled face. She bent down, lifting the cat from the ground and cradling it in her arms.
"He's my cat."
"He is not your cat, Lil," said Cosmo. "He belongs to the Band of Blood." Bag of Bones wriggled free of Lil's embrace and sprang off across the floor.
"He belongs to me more than he belongs to anyone else,"
whispered Lil, and she shot a quick smile at Marius. Cosmo turned to the new arrival.
"You'll have to stay here, of course," he said. "It's not safe for you to go outside again tonight."
"But I can't stay," began Marius.
"It's not open to debate,"
interrupted Cosmo. Marius's eyes were slowly growing used to the darkness. On a wall was the stuffed and mounted head of an elk. One of the eyes had dropped out and had been replaced by a large green marble. The mouth, once sewn shut, had come unstitched, giving the unfortunate beast a lopsided and alarming smile. As Marius watched, moths crawled from between the frayed stitches, buzzing frantically in the candlelight. "What is this place?" he asked.
"You mean, what was it?"
said Lil, pointing to an old framed photograph that hung from a panelled wall.
"It was a hotel where rich people stayed."
"The place was abandoned long ago," said Cosmo. "But we live here now. Just us."
"Will you read us a story, Cosmo?"
asked a young girl with auburn hair, taking Cosmo's hand and swinging it backwards and forwards.
"A torture story, Cosmo?"
added a small boy with bright green eyes.
"About the evil tyrant Emmete Talbot and his guillotine."
"Very well," said Cosmo with a patient nod of his head.
"Will there be much blood, please?"
asked the girl, tugging hard on Cosmo's sleeve.
"Of course there will,"
said Cosmo with a grin.
"Heads don't come off without a gallon of blood being spilled, do they?"
The girl laughed, chasing the small boy across the floor.
"Emmete Talbot got his head chopped off," she chanted. "Emmete Talbot got his head chopped off." "Cosmo always throws more blood into his stories than was ever really there,"
said Lil, laughing as the 2 young children ran off across the lobby floor and disappeared through a doorway. "How old are they?" asked Marius, his confidence slowly returning. "Luke is 7, said Jürgen, jumping up onto the old reception desk and swinging his legs, watching Marius narrowly, "and Ava's 6.
"They haven't been with us for long,"